You know, I'm coming to you with more tragic news. Another innocent black child, yes, black child, has been murdered by another cop, a police officer. In Balch Springs, Texas, 15-year-old Jordan Edwards was leaving a party. There were gunshots and a few policemen showed up to check on the disturbance. And Jason was in the car. He's a freshman. But more importantly, officer, who has been identified as Roy Oliver, has been fired. But as you know and I know that he'll probably plead guilty and they'll give him some lesser sentence to get off. But I hate to say it, but this is somewhat of an epidemic. This has to stop. This murderous cop, first of all, do you know how many innocent black men and boys, unarmed, who have been shot down in just in the past 2 years alone? The shooting occurred around 11 p.m. Saturday evening after officers got a call concerning intoxicated teenagers and arrived to find a house party. Pedro Gonzalez, the department spokesman, said that while officers were inside the house, they heard gunshots outside. Officers left the house and saw a vehicle. Now, the lie, they said that the car was backing toward them rather aggressively. Now, the truth has come out on these lying savages that the car was going forward, getting away from all the gunshots inside. And they said this lying murderous cop shot this kid in the head. They said his head was on fire, and this cop told a bald-faced, outright lie. As a community, the first thing we need to do is unite. No, keep God first. Put God in everything we do. We need to pray and ask God for direction. Unite. Build up our own community economically. Send our children to be entrepreneurs instead of sending them out to work for another race. Excuse me. But above all, we need to police our own neighborhoods and stop relying on other races or groups to do it. There's no excuse. We can't blame everything on white people. Now listen to this. Edwards is the youngest of the 333 people shot and killed by police officers so far in 2017. Did you hear that? 337 people shot and killed by police officers so far in 2017, according to a Washington Post database tracking such shooting. And it said at least 10 people shot and killed by police this year were under 18. But more importantly, we are losing an entire young generation of black folks. Do you know that? This has to stop, ladies and gentlemen. This is a horror show. Do you know that it has been written by the certain groups that there's only about 12 million African Americans left. You see, there's only about 39 or 40 million African Americans, while there's over 177 or 78 million white Americans. Let me tell you something. We need to build up our own community. I'm tired of our children getting shot down and killed and these police officers getting away with it. Do you understand that? This is cold-blooded murder. This cop used his badge, saw that the child was black. They knew what color because they looked at the party. He's just a murdering savage. And he should be prosecuted to the full extent of the law. We need an economic boycott and an economic empowerment in our community. Your money's supposed to bounce 7 to 8 times before it leaves your community. Not 7 hours and go to the mall and spend it with all other races of people. This is preposterous and imbecilic. Do you know there's another tragedy that's going on in our community? 72 to 73% of all black children are born in a single-parent household. They don't even have men, boys don't even have men as role models anymore. Because they're not there. Folks, we need God like never before. This is a catastrophe. How many more unarmed black men and boys have to be murdered in cold blood? This has to stop now. Never mind marching up and down the block. And we've been marching for jobs and justice for 50 years. And we're worse now than we've ever been, except slavery. And now it's just a different type of slavery. The slavery of the mind. Nobody else is going to do it but us. It's time to stop blaming white people for everything. We have to empower our own community. God bless, folks. I'm tired of hearing this. God help us.